As Marco Rubio and the Senate struggle to deal with the aftermath of the Parkland, Florida shooting, another Florida massacre is about to go on trial. We're talking about the Pulse nightclub. And the widow of the gunman in that massacre faces charges. Jury selection is underway today. Let's bring in our panel. Mercedes Colwin, a criminal defense attorney and a Fox News legal analyst. Bob Bianchi is a criminal defense attorney, former head county prosecutor as well. Mercedes Noor Salman is charged with knowing what her husband was about to do that night. Can they convict her?
And there are key points there because, one, the authorities say she actually cased some of these areas. She went to Pulse with her husband. She was there when he purchased the ammunition. She made inconsistent statements to the investigators. She said, well, when he walked out that night and he had his backpack filled with ammunition and the rifle, I thought, oh, so he's up to something that he's not going to do something good for that. And then lastly, which is probably the most incriminating, is that she texted her husband and said, hey, if your mom calls, say that you're out with Nemo, and just say that I want to stay home. I love you. So those four key facts that the investigators, the prosecutors are going to set forth in front of that jury could be very condemning.
But it's also true, Bob, that the government has to prove that she was essentially trying to support the Islamic State, ISIS?
Yeah, she has to aid and abet, and I think there's two charges here. On the obstruction charge, I think she's done because she admitted to lying to the government. So I think that's an easy case. But as far as material aiding and abetting him, I think as a prosecutor, I'm concerned about a couple things, especially Mercedes, that text that happened while he was in the course of the shooting saying, do you see what's going on? And she says, no, what? And he says, I love you, babe. And they've also, the defense, gotten some experts that are also going to show that some of the times when he went to get the ammunition where she confessed that it was a false confession because GPS data shows that she wasn't there. So I think they're going to have a little bit of a factual fight. As a prosecutor myself, this would be my biggest concern, to be able to get around some of those inconsistencies.
But her husband was in there and saying that, look, I'm doing this for ISIS. Yes. So that's a real problem. He's saying that to police dispatcher.
Jury selection, as we mentioned, is underway this morning. We'll keep our eyes on that case.